Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for joining me. I'm still stuck on the Nancy Guthrie case. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but as always, time has a way of getting away from one. Sometimes thinking about the Nancy Guthrie case, I feel like I'm going absolutely nuts because I feel like I'm right there. Not when it happened or anything crazy like that, but somehow when it comes to the aftermath, I feel as if the entire narrative after what happened is fake, and everything had been put in place, arranged and organized to mislead and create a false fictional story. You know, rich TV personality's mother dramatically abducted. Yes, indeed, it sounds like a TV drama or cheap novel, doesn't it? Well, if it doesn't sound like it to you, it certainly does to me. Firstly, before I say another word, I have to ask this. Has anyone searched the Saguaro National Park for Nancy's remains? Now, I'm not sure I pronounced it correctly. It is Saguaro. I think the entire story about her or her body being taken over the border into Mexico is absolute nonsense. I think it is yet another plan or play to take the police and FBI off into a different direction. There are so many nooks and crannies to hide a body that I truly cannot see why anybody would want to risk taking a body or even an abducted person across the border. There is also Sabino Canyon, Bear Canyon, the Saguaro National Park, and a little further the Coronado National Forest. The Saguaro National Park is only 20 miles from Nancy's home, and the Coronado Forest only 48 miles. I personally do not think Nancy is any further from her home than this. It just does not make sense that a perpetrator would drive 60 miles and cross the border with a body in his vehicle. Although, as we all know, it has happened before, but Nancy is an old lady. There's no excuse like, oh, my girlfriend is sleeping, and nor would she fit into a suitcase like a child. I know many people are making excuses for the police and the FBI, but I think it was and still is a huge mistake not to have allowed the United Cajun Navy to help with the search. Those who are making excuses are saying they think that the police know more and know that a search would be a wasted effort. I don't think so. I think police have been convinced that Nancy had been taken into Mexico. That is what I think. Because, quite frankly, because of one of the letters from the supposed abductor. And that is why Nancy's body has not been recovered. The other thing which thoroughly bugs me is the behavior of the Guthrie children. I've not seen or heard of any of them actively doing anything to try and find their mother. Has Annie and Tommaso driven as much as 50 miles and back, posting flyers in shop windows, up against lampposts, anything? No. They appear to like hiking. Have they gone hiking along the footpaths and trails and poke the foliage. I mean, geez, anything. Apparently not. Now, what about their brother Cameron? He is a retired F-16 fighter pilot and former lieutenant colonel in the Vermont Air National Guard. Has he so much as hired a plane and flew over the area himself? Maybe flown a bloody drone over the canyon or one of these parks? He's put a video or two out on social media, and that is it, as far as I know. And Savannah? Yes, I mean, I saw her dabbing at her eyes in that interview with Hoda Cobb. But I'll be honest, I'm still not sure whether the display of emotion was real or not. I indeed compared it to other people who were recorded and interviewed about their missing loved ones. And because I've seen so many interviews like that, I felt that Savannah's behavior was a little performative. Now, you guys can hate me for it. I don't mind. I'm not accusing Savannah of arranging her mother's abduction or anything nefarious. Just a bit, no, I promise to be honest, and in my honest opinion, it was very performative. Then, allegedly, Savannah is worth a couple of $1 million. Why hasn't she paid for a few billboards? Someone, I think Jen Coffin Daffer, said the FBI told her not to bother. Well, even if the FBI knows that Nancy is deceased, wouldn't it still be helpful in maybe catching the people who did it, or maybe determining in which direction they took her? I just don't get it. If you're worth millions and still earning millions, wouldn't you do anything to find the truth or solve the mystery? There were stories that Savannah paid a private investigator $500,000 to look into her mother's disappearance, which she then debunked and said it was not true. Well, my question is, why not? Again, if I had millions, I certainly would have appointed a private investigator. I honestly and truly do not understand Savannah, Cameron, and Annie's apathy. The only reason I could come up with was that they know what happened. Savannah will now be leaving the Today Show for a few weeks to shoot the first season of NBC's new game show Wordle in Manchester, England. Now again, maybe not something you or I would have done, but Nancy has been missing for 5 months and the production team had already postponed filming out of respect for Savannah and her circumstances. So yes, I understand that life goes on and people have to return to work. But geez, at least leave knowing you have done everything you could humanly do. For me, something is very odd, very off here. I just do not know what. Okay, guys and girls, as you can see, I'm posting on this channel a little bit more often, and I am going to try and continue doing so. So until the next one, please take good care of yourselves, stay vigilant, and stay safe. Bye.